Okay. I believe I am live. Echoey mic. There's still an echoey mic. Let me take a look. Okay, is there any echo in this mic? Okay. Yeah, yes there is. Okay. Greetings. I do believe the echo is still here, is it not? I'm hoping your ears will let me know, but from what I was able to hear on Twitch, no. Sounds much less now. There is still echo. Okay, that might be fixable. Turns out it was playing on every track under the sun. Like every audio track. You have up to 6 tracks in OBS. And like my capture, like everything is playing on this first track. So I'm going to do something nuts, and I am going to shift my mic to track number 2. I'm going to do that right here. Okay. I am talking. I do believe there should be nothing coming out of my mic. The issue has been fixed, but can you hear me? Okay. Well, it's fixed. Now, I do need to run one more test. And that is the voice changer. I need to see if the voice changer is working. So I'm going to look at my Stream Deck here real quick. Okay, and I guess I don't quite have this set up on my stream scene. I think I would have thought I would have set this up, but I guess not. I think the idea is that I leave the voice changing primarily to other people. Okay, so now I'm going to shift my voice, and there should be some kind of effect. Is there a different? Does my voice sound different, or does it sound the same? Apart from like whatever I was reading. Voice changer works. Okay. All right, gonna clean the mic. And head back over to the recording or the streaming section. Yay! Stuff works. It is a little lower than the usual coin voice though, but good. When you say lower, do you mean like my normal speaking voice is at a lower octave, or do you mean the voice swap was lower than my normal voice? Just so I'm not like crossing wires at some point. The normal speaking voice is perfect. The voice swap was lower. Yes. That was a Lich / Death Knight type voice, so it was supposed to be lower, along with a couple of other effects, which may or may not have been noticeable. But I'm glad it works. I'm glad we figured out the swap. Now that we've gotten that snafu out of the way, my apologies about that, everybody. I do hope that it didn't take too particularly long to sort this out. Who am I kidding? We're 40 minutes into the stream time, and we've not moved an inch. We've not moved 1 inch. Excuse me. Mr. Jason says one streamer who you mod for has an automated message in the chat which says, if you have a Spotify playlist, send it to me, and you'll play it on the stream. You do not have one, but if you did, it would be one song. That singular song would, of course, be Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up." Ah, the classic Rick roll. Yeah, would make a lot of sense. I definitely don't think. I used to do Spotify playlists or like YouTube playlists back in the day when I was doing challenge running in Dark Souls 3. I had like a curated track for that. Mr. Jason says, yep, that is the wonderful Mr. Coin voice that you have missed. I'm glad to have company. I'm glad to be back. I do have some bookkeeping that I should probably go over. Number one, if you guys are on Twitch specifically, if you hover over your screen, if you're on desktop, I do not know if this works on mobile, but I have a component installed for the voice changer. It'll probably be on the right-hand side if I had to guess where it is. You should be able to just hover your mouse over that portion of the video player, and there will be like a little bit of a bits extension, or there will be a bits extension there that you could click on. Yeah, that's what that all is. You pay 100 bits into it. You can change my voice for 60 seconds. That's how long I'm allowed to change it for using the extension. I'm still working on the ability to add changes doing the channel voice or the channel points, among other things, but I digress. Hopefully I'll have that done by the end of the week. Mr. Jason says, Coin Stamp's character. Coin, I've been standing here for 40 plus minutes. Coin Stamp, shh, we're bookkeeping. Mr. Jason agrees with Mr. Coin. Ah, yes. Speaking of like agreements and notes and stuff, I have a new emote. I put that as a Discord announcement earlier, but I did. Now what I do not know is if. Yeah, okay, so that definitely... I have to log in and out of OBS. I've not done that. But yes, the coin stamp notes. Yep, that is correct. Thank you for the assist there, Mr. Jason. That is, of course, the static version. I do hope that people enjoy that. I spent quite a few hours in Krita making it. The paper did not take particularly very long to make, but the quill, however... took me several hours to make, and I'm not even sure it's particularly good, but I drew it. It's mine. So please do enjoy that. It is, people can access it for free. Mr. Jason says you've recently made a discovery, good sir. Oh. Mr. Jason says, according to your video game collection document, you have across many consoles 601 physical games, and then 156 duplicate copies, and then 22 of those duplicate copies have more additional duplicate copies. Yeah, that's a lot of games. I think I come up like just over 100. Like no. That feels wrong. Maybe more like 50, 55 or 65 like physical games. I'd have to actually do the digging. I might actually have over 100. And then about as many digital games. Yeah, having a gaming library is awesome. Hashtag not sponsored by Sonic. My stepmother gave me her strawberry slush that it melted down. It wasn't hitting her right, so I get to enjoy that now. What other bits of bookkeeping outside of that? Oh, underneath me, below the joke and pun counter, you may notice that the splits have been stylized. I spent some time learning a little bit about CSS documentation. I put this, I believe I put it out in Discord announcements way earlier on, but I have, I've been doing a few things here or there while I was recovering from uveitis. I've got the soundboard fully set. For example, uh-oh. Okay, did people hear that? I'll do it one more time. Oh, I think that's why my voice is... I can now see what you guys were talking about when stuff gets echoey. It's because my voice is being parsed through both voice meter and the mic at the same time. Were people able to hear those two snaps? Mr. Jason says you only just noticed when you mentioned it, good sir, but you often get distracted seeing that dapper gentleman in the top right corner. I appreciate that, good sir. You did, yeah? Good. I'm glad to hear it. Sorry, people had me paranoid after the echoing mic problem. Put that stuff over there. The slush has strawberry chunks in it, so sometimes that gets stuck in my teeth. But yeah, I've got the soundboard is functional. I even have like a more complete soundboard as well. I've been putting in some work. I've been putting in some work. I've even got that gravelly lower voice was not the only voice I have access to on Voice Meter as well. I have been busy. Mr. Jason says, oh, Mr. Quinn, you're having handmade cheeseburgers? Oh, a homemade cheeseburger is always good, especially if it's seasoned right. And chips tonight? Ah, nice. I have fries with cheeseburgers usually. Whenever we get to like cooking them at the house, that's usually what we have. Or we have like tater tots or something. Just like some kind of potato product on the side. Now, as for what the heck happened last time? I believe we spent a good chunk of our time in the Celia, in the town of Celia, the town of sorcery. We got a couple of quests done. Just minor stuff, really. A large part of our time, I think, was spent here. My goal today is gonna be, if at all possible, Dragon Barrow, which is this area up here. Because I'd like to head over to Dragon Barrow before heading into like Redmane Castle. Redmane Castle has some like weird state stuff with it. You guys will see what I mean. Now what I don't know. Let me find where we are. Oh yeah, I'm too far down the list. 1 second. So this was our progress. And then what we want, we're on quote unquote this split. I'm probably gonna have to add stuff to that split, but that's fine. Mr. Jason says, you really do not need to buy any more Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games for the foreseeable future, good sir. You have gone through your lists and you have noted that you have 40 Switch and 6 Nintendo Switch 2 games backlogged. Yeah, everyone's got a backlog. And with how much retro media's been making the rounds, like people buying VHS, DVD tape, or DVDs, or CDs, stuff like that. Sorry, my mind is blanking because I'm still not quite at 100%, but it's mostly just, you know, dealing with fatigue, stuff like that. Right, dealing with people buying old media to consume again because of other stuff is it's kind of a well-documented phenomenon as of this year and last year. Mr. Jason says, Mr. Coin, Miss Carly is also slowly but surely coming back to streaming, and you've returned today, good sir. You were pleased when you were both out. You had to find streams where you weren't established. That was perfectly fine and all, but you kind of feel naked on Twitch without a moderator sword. That's fair. That's certainly fair. Well, I hope you use that opportunity to make new friends. You know, vouch for the TCC and other stuff. I'm sure you use your time doing that. Mr. Jason says she's been streaming the Resident Evil series. A lot of people have been doing that, yeah. Probably the Resident Evil 9 remake, if I had to guess. And thank you for the latitude, good sir. Oh, also, what is it, just me or... Okay. Mr. Jason says you did, good sir. You gained a mod sword today. Nice. Nice. Okay, so I think here what I probably want to do is head to the church and actually go this way. Because we got a troll to kill. We gotta take care of their troll sitting at the top of the rafters or at the top of the cliff, hurling huge magic pots at us. Mr. Jason says, over the weekend, your dad finally had a chance to look at your bed because it wasn't lifting up, and so you couldn't access the storage. Oh, you store stuff underneath the bed. You managed to fix it, and while you were hoovering under it, you found those 6 copies of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door that were missing. Ah, where you least expect it, under your bed. I've had that happen to me multiple times, where I'm like, where the heck is it? I'll find out later that, oh, it somehow rolled off of the shelving, and into the bed, or under the bed. For the record, once again, I just don't want people to get caught up in the split underneath me that's highlighted. That's not like, if we can get to Azash, great, but I'm not confident that that is what's going to happen. More likely, we're going to get caught up back here in Dragon Barrow today. Mr. Jason says those 6 games were missing for a good year or so. Yeah, I believe you spent quite a few months talking about those particular games. Yeah, I'm glad you found them, for what that's worth. Oh, let me not do this. Oh, right, I have to remember. I gotta hold guard. I want to cast that. You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks. That, my fine friends, is the warning for the 5-minute commercial break, or 3-minute commercial break. I'm sorry. I clearly am a little bit off my game still. Why am I? Oh, that's why I'm poisoned. That's got to be one of these. I also feel like I need to. Oh, I'm still poisoned. Okay. Right. That's not what that spell does here. Which means I should probably go back and readjust spells before actually moving forward. Mr. Jason says, and when you found them, you said nice and then put them back under your bed? Yes, but in the correct area this time, right? Like with storage and not, oh yeah, now that I'm done vacuuming, I'm gonna put them where I found them again. Okay, I gotta reconfigure this. We gotta replace these with all the spells, because we're gonna be doing some overrolling for a while, if my splits are correct. Mr. Jason says they were all in crates anyway, good sir. Ah, that explains the storage then. Very well. Let's see. Do I remember what I'm doing? Right. Would be something like, probably something like this, and then yeah, this that looks fine. Mr. Jason says you also found 2 extra sealed copies of Pokemon Legends Arceus, good sir. Nice. We do take commercial breaks around here. At the top of the hour of each and every hour, we will be taking a 3-minute break. So in about 2.5 minutes from now is when our first commercial break should show up. During that time, there'll be a timer just to the left of where my webcam. I'm sorry, this is that way. Right to the left of my webcam, there will be a 3-minute timer. And while that timer is ticking down, the ads will be playing on Twitch. Let me rest like real quick. Sorry, my brain is not braining. and I'll be getting up to take a stretch break myself. I highly encourage you guys to do the same thing. It'll make your ads pass by faster, etc., all that. Because once that 3-minute timer is over, once it reads 0 minutes and 0 seconds, the ad should be finished. I should be back. I will have returned to my desk, and we can pick right back up where we left off. Mr. Jason says, Mr. Jason is going out on Friday to get a Yoshi popcorn bucket, good sir. You have 3 of those already, or at least 2 of them, as the next statement would imply. Not that Mr. Jason needs a 3rd Yoshi popcorn bucket. No, but when has recognition of that stopped you, good sir? Probably not. It probably hasn't, right? Other than, you know, on boring things like bus fare or, yeah, I was afraid of that. All right, cool, great, fantastic. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just, you know, recognizing your true self is a good thing. Mr. Jason says 3 of them would cost £105 or $140. Yeah, that's money I do not quite have, my friend. But I... Sorry about that, everybody. I am back. Let's check up on our chats here. Thank you, Mr. Jason. Where were we? Ah, yes. Making our way to the troll downtown so that we can bury him into the ground and deal with whatever that tower is across from us. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, yeah, that sits right over the Aeonia. I can show you guys rune pieces that we will be most likely skipping because parkour. Okay, let me... There we go, got it. Yeah, come this way. You won't, you're not gonna regret it, promise. Outside of that, I guess outside of like uveitis, right? I've just kind of been trying not to drive myself insane. I've been trying to like do things to keep myself busy. I've been thinking about starting a petitioning process for, you know, doing my due civic diligence in the United States. I've been thinking about petitioning for, you know, having recall elections installed in the US and initiated through third party. I've been looking into the process for petitioning when I wasn't busy taking medicine and just generally being very tired. Mr. Jason says, oh, Mr. Coin, today officially marks 25 years since Nintendo released the very first Animal Crossing game in Japan. Nice. 14/04/2001. Yeah, I remember that Animal Crossing. Nintendo went on to release version 3.0.2 for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it gave players this leaf statue in the photo. Hold on, I just borked my headphone cords a little bit here. That's weird. It's just kind of I mean, it's a nice looking like leaf, but it's just so bright green. It's so bright green, and for no conceivable reason there could have been like some like extra shading on that somewhere. So is it just you know, a light green blob? That's kind of what I'm looking at when I see that. Okay, good. The rest of my sounds are working appropriately. And they're far less evasive with stuff like that. My goodness, Rain of Fire is so good. Kernifer truly did cook with this. It's actually impressive how much Rain of Fire has been useful ever since it was immediately purchased ahead of schedule. I see you. I know you're up there. Mr. Jason says, also good, sir. Mr. Jason is currently waiting for retailers to begin adding pre-orders for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Secrets of the Zonai Heroes Edition book, like guidebook, art book. What are we looking at here? That sounds like an art book to me, but I could be incorrect. Yeah, I know you're over there. Come on then. and then she'll fall to her death. Yeah, Caelid has a lot of these, like, ambushes. They're everywhere. Oh, and that swift jump really took care of it, did they? Interesting. Mr. Jason says, similar to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, creating a champion Heroes Edition that included a Spirit Orb replica, this new book includes a replica Princess Zelda's Secret Stone. I guess I have no context for what the creating a champion Heroes Edition is. Is that also like are those both like art books? Like collector's packs? Like what are we dealing with here? I get that the rest of it has like cool replica paraphernalia type stuff. Mr. Jason says, insert obligatory Secret Stone. Demon King? I still need to do one of those. You've reminded me once again to make sure that is included in the soundboard somewhere. Guess I'm not quite done with it. You'll locate some photos, good sir. One moment. Take your time. Take your time, good sir. I'll just be, you know, here murking bats. Just gonna let him come all the way down here. There we go. Got him. Bats are okay with our build, you know, one at a time. But the second they're like 2, 3, 4, 5, it can get a little bit dicey. Slushy. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn off the Discord notifications again. I just heard one. Okay, I hear a scarab. Ah! Over there. I believe we have a... Yeah, we got a telescope right here. That won't be me this time, good sir. No worries. If you can't find one, that is totally fine. Let's see if this gets them. Too bad I can't really, like, trigger that one. I'm sure there's one more. A lot of the scarabs have codex entries that are missable in Reforged. There's like a whole table. Oh, you meant that you meant the Discord notification. Okay. Once un momento per favore, I'm going to take care of this wonderful notification. So a wonderful set of notifications. So as soon as, I guess I will not be doing that quite yet. Run. Yeah, they're gonna do the thing. And then these two, I should be able to knock out. There we go. Now let's turn on the blur filter while I handle that. There we go. All right, so we have some pictures here. So this was this first one is the Breath of the Wild edition. Okay, it looks like an. Okay, so it's like a. Yeah, there's some paraphernalia and some like additional merchandise packed in. What I don't know is what the inside of the books themselves contain. I don't know if that's a guidebook or something else. Okay. That's fine. I can look that up during break, and I'll have a better idea of what exactly is in this. But these all look very, very nice. Just concept art. Okay, so it's an art book. That makes some sense. Mr. Jason says, "Oh, Mr. Coin, it's still a shame what happened to you know who, good sir." Forgive me. I do not precisely remember. Being in a sleep-induced delirium does not bode well for one's memory, is what I will say. But we don't need to recount that here. So I have an inkling of what you're talking about. Let's see. I can't think of the last time I've actually had or ordered concept art for a game. I think the last thing I remember ordering like that would have been this I know who you're talking about then. The person who got compromised and yeah. It is truly a shame. It just does not seem like they're coming back. That does kind of affect. We've both known this for a while now, so it's not, you know, any surprise. There's no, you know, lack of introspection. I would say for the most part, we are without a board right now. There's an easy room piece right there. The only person who is effectively serving at the pleasure of the executive chair is yours truly. I don't know what we're going to do about that moving forward. I'm trying to get back on my feet at the moment. Mr. Jason says, also good sir, those books have an overworld map and a depth map. Nice. Yeah, okay, so it's concept art, maps, and other cool stuff. Yeah, that's a nice collection of items. I'm sure they are worth their weight in money. You know, whether you're a collector. Oh, oops. Hello. Yes, go ahead and toss that into the tree. I think you're gonna find that that's not gonna work. I'll just sit right here and let the rain take care of him. Wow, just complete shredder. Mr. Jason says you can't wait for the third book with a Korok seed replica. More power to you, Mr. Jason. More power to you. This right here would have been. Do I really want to mark this though? I guess not. But I just need to make a note of clearing the troll out first. Mr. Jason says if that was a king troll, you would end his reign with fire rain. Too true. I guess it came to I guess his reign of fire came to an end.
Sure, Jan.
It is on like a second page, so I'm still having to get used to like quickly swapping over pages and the Stream Deck. That does kind of make the sounds a little bit less snappy, but not really sure what else you could do other than like quickly mash buttons or what have you. Okay, so we have the gateway. We have the gateway ambush that's down below us. I think we should probably go up to the tower first before making our way to the gateway, personally. I gotta be extra careful. Mr. Jason says, "You're sorry, good sir. You also have to sure Jan you that time." But that joke would have been perfect if it weren't for the fact that it wasn't his rain of fire. Too true. Too true. Too true. Well, I'm not really exactly known for the, hello. I do want people to know these were 3 Mirage casters. I gotta be on my game here. Where you said his rain of fire when it was mine. Too true. So on technicality, sure, Jan, got it. Okay, I know there's a third one. Don't just stand there. Oh, okay, if they're gonna stand there, but I'm just gonna take them out. The write-up for the town of Celia is gonna be something else. Let's just say. Mr. Jason says, "Of course, good sir. Mr. Jason deals in technicalities." No, go back. Go back, Stream Deck. Go back. I had the perfect one right here. Mr. Jason says, "You do love a good..." Well, actually, there's one thing I'll always be able to say about you, Mr. Jason, among the time that we have spent together, and that is...
You must be something else.
Like, incredible individual. Thank you for standing by me in, hat off, complete seriousness. I appreciate it. Let me tab back over. Thankfully, I've put some buttons on my Stream Deck for very quickly. Wow, they poised through that. Incredible. Most people, after a 2-week period, it just doesn't make sense for them to stick around. Especially with my communications being spotty as they were. People are wondering what the heck I'm doing. I am refilling FP slightly for what is to come. Sir Jason says, "You'll copy and paste what you said to you, quoting the proclamations. You can always count on me, good sir, no matter what." I appreciate that, Mr. Jason. I truly do. There are probably more Mirage casters here, or there's like something else. And I can't quite tell if it's something else or not. Oh, it's a Bloodhound Knight. Let me not be... Oh, I think I know what I have to do. All right, I'm gonna lure him out. Might need to be on horseback here. I'm gonna need to concentrate here for a minute. Yeah, he's not too bad on horseback. I don't want to even think about trying to do this fight in other particular respect. Okay, I said it wasn't too bad, and then, well, that happened. Probably good for regular fireballs here now. Should probably back off. Oh, so close. Bye. Okay, I gotta add something into the splits here. That is a Bloodhound Knight. I imported all my previous splits from when this was just an all bosses challenge run, but since it's all content, there are quite a few like other notable obstacles one has to add in order for it to be more reflective of what I'm doing. Mr. Jason says, for better or worse, it sounds like marriage when you say it that way. You're mine for life now, good sir, and all because you placed your faith in all because I placed my faith in you. Then you go on to say, the aforementioned The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Secrets of the Zonai Heroes Edition has been up for pre-order on Amazon for a while now, good sir, but Mr. Jason says as you may have said in the past, not particularly fond of Amazon based on past experiences and would prefer not to pre-order any items from there. Not to mention you have no control over whether or not Amazon might use the much hated every like the company that loses every parcel all the time, you know, etc., etc., and all that. Okay, so we're right in front of Aeonia here. This is the Scarlet Aeonia. Look at this jump. Look at that jump. That's not, this isn't that precarious, right? It's getting off once you've collected the rune piece. That's the real concern. Also, at the tops of some of these like closed scarlet buds are other items. I will demonstrate this right now, or at least I will demonstrate what it is like to make these precarious jumps. This one I can probably get without issue. I don't mind collecting this one. It's the others that I'm gonna be like, maybe not, and maybe never. Let me see if I can't position myself in a way. See, it's already kind of difficult to walk on these. Let's see, can I spot one in particular? I know there's like an item or two at the tops of these. I think there's a spell, and it might be... I think it might be at the top of the one we're standing on, as a matter of fact. Ah, look, there's another rune piece down there. Can't really see it other than like at the bottom there, but... a fall from here is certain death. I hope I've illustrated why, you know, I will be skipping this particular one. Or, you know, rune pieces here in Aeonia. I believe there are no less than 4 or 5 of these. You know, just in this area, because why wouldn't you reward hardcore parkour? I would. I absolutely would. Yeah, there's an item. There it is. Hold on. Oh, that is a dangerous game I'm playing. That right there, I'm pretty sure is a spell. On the tip of that branch there, or gnarled root there. Mr. Jason says on another note, good sir, Mr. Jason does sometimes purchase ESRB games. On eBay this weekend, you purchased 2 copies of Toomba 2, The Evil Swine Returns. Special edition for Nintendo Switch from sellers that had pre-ordered them originally from Limited Run Games and the Canadian-based Video Games Plus. They are due to be delivered tomorrow. If people like taking nostalgia trips for Toomba, I'm sort of hoping Toomba 2 is like even more of a obscure nostalgia trip, because there's a reason there have not been additional Toombas since 2. I think if I remember the reviews, 2 did not do as well as 1. You go on to say they are due to be delivered tomorrow through Royal Mail, thankfully. Nice. Yeah, there's just no way. So like, what? Basically kind of jump. Ah, see, look, here's another one. There's 2 of them. I think I can get both in view right there. So many rune pieces that we're not gonna be collecting. Is there a way I can get back though? Or have I utterly and completely T-boned myself? Let's see if I can unscrew myself. This might mean I need to do the ambush first. Maybe... There we go. Yep, got it. Mr. Jason says, also good sir, to both sellers, you asked them a question regarding the item and then sent that question. Ah. Was it like a question of its authenticity, or... and then the immediate next message was, also if you don't mind, please don't ship it with every. Huh. You had an order shipped out with every for Madeline once, and they just chucked it into the front garden overnight where it could have been stolen. My goodness. So, that is just so feckless. For no reason. Thank God our delivery service here in the States, at least the postal service, is one of the few things that America, like specifically North America, gets on the whole correct. Now, if you run deliveries through like Amazon or DoorDash, Instacart, yeah, there are far fewer guarantees. But like official postal service, like the official U.S. Post Office, yeah, that works like a charm. Just gonna jump down. Ah, so you actually... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Where did that come from? Well, I mean, they didn't call it an ambush for nothing. Now we get to find out if the troll comes back. And if the troll does come back, then, well, I have learned. What's up, Mr. Jason? Most couriers in the UK are typically pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to... I definitely was not trying to disparage couriers, or, you know, abroad or anything. Mr. Jason says, but not every courier. Too true. Be. Oh, you were setting up a joke. I see. Yes, I caught that. I'll probably leave it on the J&P page for a while. Why do I do this to myself every time? Every time. Let's not do that again. Okay, so the Swamp Lookout Tower. Oh, but I guess that would still just be the Bloodhound Knight. Okay, I feel fine with that. Mr. Jason says you just do this every time, I guess. Too true, Mr. Jason. Too true. I'll try to do it less. Is our fine trollish friend back to hauling pots? Because if they're hauling pots, then well, that's gonna be a problem. Survey says no, we're good here. Okay, this troll does not respawn, which actually means I need to write this on the split somewhere. So 1 second. Sorry about that. Mr. Jason says there's an article. There's a news article titled "Every admits to losing 8 million parcels in 2025, and it's only February." Ah, yes, last year. I do remember you showing me that last year. Mr. Jason says parcel giant Every has openly admitted that it expects to lose 8 million packages this year, despite being just 2 months in. So it's not like 8 million in 2 months. It's 8 million total that year, but still. If you should want that number to be smaller. I'm sure that the people working Every don't want that number to be 8 million. No, they want that number to be like, I don't know, less than like a couple thousand, or like 10,000 packages. I could believe a number like that. But yes, it is asinine that they are expecting to like just lose that number. I would be postal, pardon the pun, if the U.S. Postal Service admitted that they were expecting to lose, like, I don't know, say 30 million packages this year. That's like just not acceptable. Let me try to like do something different here. And that's probably involving a blood boon here. I can use that to kind of like force them to hang out in certain areas that otherwise not typically hang out in. That is some strong tracking on that parry slash. That is stupid strong tracking. All right, I know the third one is here. Wow, I guess don't underestimate Mirage Sorcerers then. My goodness. All right, so I should figure out... I have found the, I found our ambushers. That's one. Where's the second one? Unsure. Yeah, okay, that really is quite noticeable. So one of the things, I think I mentioned this, you know, before the 2 weeks went by, that there was a patch for Reforged that dropped, that like reduced the buff time on spells by 10%. Faith used to scale buff duration by 50%, and now it's 40%. I could really feel just a 10% switch is crazy. That feels crazier than it is, I guess, but it means if you want to level Faith, or if you want your buffs to be more than 50% longer, you need like sincerely high Faith, which isn't a bad thing. We'll be switching to a Faith build at the end of the game, but not before that point. Okay. I don't see any other Avianet ambushers. We should be okay. Mr. Jason says on the 1st of January last year, you set your computer to 720p, and on the 1st of 2026 this year, the 1st of January 2026, you changed it to 1080p. Each time it's a New Year's resolution. Too true. Yeah, that is really truly a New Year's resolution. You are getting decimated. Oh, I have gotten my wires crossed. That is not a good thing. I know there are other ambushers nearby. There we go. They're gonna have to use like a huge sword, and I don't think they're gonna do that. Cast your pathetic spells. Too bad I can't exactly see where this next one is. Hold on. Ow, don't bonk me. Get out of here with that. Mr. Jason says if they hit you enough times, it would spell disaster. Too true. I'm trying to think if I could come up with one myself. I've been trying to like get better at making jokes. I've been watching some streamers content, and they make a lot of puns, and they have like a huge dad joke crowd in their streams. So I've been trying to like pick up on some of that, but it's certainly not. It's, you know, it's one thing to watch someone crack jokes. It's something else to actually crack one yourself. You have to have some charisma to crack to crack one yourself. I've gotten to the ice part of my slush, and it certainly could have been better. Okay, I believe we've gotten the ambush. We dealt with the troll. That troll doesn't come back. Okay, I believe we are good to head into Dragon Barrow proper. You've also been watching some streamers. Too true, and you were telling me about that during the 2 weeks. Also, the 18 Happy Meals. I never got a chance to comment on that. I was still in a sleepy delirium for some of that conversation. The 18 Happy Meals is something else. I imagine you've enjoyed all the toys with the Happy Meal, yeah? That's past 30 now. Incredible. Are you enjoying what you've purchased? That's the important part. Anything else can be written off as, oh, hello. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, you guys want to see some custom Elden Ring Reforged stuff? You guys are about to see some Elden Ring Reforged custom stuff, although this is not it. These are vanilla. Wow, Rain of Fire even takes out the skeletons. That is just so good. You're enjoying what you're seeing right now? I appreciate that. Okay. No, do not summon one of those skulls. Thank you. Hard pass. All right. Custom stuff. Okay, before custom stuff, I do need to clear out this field. That is a Onyx Lord. I'll tell you guys what it is, but not the custom stuff that it does. Yeah, that over there near the well, my splits counter's covering it. Let me face the camera the correct way. That Onyx Lord is not vanilla. There is no Onyx Lord here in vanilla. This is a Reforged specific thing, and it has a spell on it, which if you're a sorcerer might be worth using. We don't need it, but we do have to kill him regardless. I'm pretty confident this isn't an alabaster or an Onyx Lord we are dealing with. Should be... Mr. Jason says, after 2 weeks of being off, you're reforging your path, good sir. Too true. 1 second. There we go. I kind of have to press it a little bit longer. I'm still getting used to the little idiosyncrasies in my stream deck, but I am happy to have one. Mr. Jason says, also good, sir. When you said those books are worth their funds, you wholly agree. They are both worth 103 pounds and 99 pence. Mm-hmm. Not sure I can stop him from doing that. But I was able to, I suppose. Good. Now let's see. We should have enough FP to do what I need to do here. Any other monsters? I don't think there are any dogs, but I'm gonna go check anyway. Just to be safe. Oh, hello. Ah, yes. If you were wanting to know about these statues and what they do exactly, these give you indicators of nearby tombs, catacombs, and so on. Mr. Jason says that, of course, Mr. Jason doesn't just want one of each. You want to be able to open one and see the spirit orb or secret stone. Too true. I hear Skeletor. Oh, he jumps. Huge leap. I guess I can't really get comfortable. There we go. Gotcha. Any others? I think that was the only one here. The only issue, Mr. Jason says, that arises that it is 400 pounds plus on books. Oh, that's like really, really expensive. That is like prohibitively expensive. Good luck funding a purchase, like several purchases like that. Are the spirit orb secret stones randomized on the purchases, i.e. You open one and you can get duplicates? I don't know if that's something you would know, but if so, yeah, that's kind of really bad. Here I probably want... No, actually this might be okay. We're what, in daytime? Yeah, we're in daytime. We want this sword. Oh, it's an alabaster lord. Okay. I have to pay attention to him. That's not what I meant to do. You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks. I really appreciate everyone's time that they've spent here. It means the world to me. It would also mean the world if you could electrify my algorithm by following my Twitch channel, subscribing to my YouTube channel, liking the video, and or streams on YouTube, and even leaving a comment. Doing all of those things ensures that when I zap your feeds with a live or a long-form content notification, you don't have to worry about missing any quality content. Sorry about that. That was the shilling advertisement. I have not recorded a new one yet. And also, this is an Alabaster Lord. But the incorrect name is funnier for the pun. Mr. Jason says, if you didn't know about that like you do, would this be an unexpected battle? Har har. Very funny, but a good one nonetheless. Mr. Jason said earlier, Mr. Jason says it is just one unique item. Mr. Jason has already funded 2 The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Secrets of the Zonai Heroes Edition later in the year. Those pre-orders, right. You were mentioning that earlier. Mr. Jason says you also do love that the rain cloud follows the enemies. It does. It's not fast, and if they're really evasive, like a Bloodhound Knight would, you know, not take much damage from one, but the Alabaster Lord is not a Bloodhound Knight. They're not always like dashing every which way. In about three and a half minutes from now, we will be taking another commercial break. During that time, you know, there will be a timer to the left of my webcam here. It'll read 3 minutes. During this time, I will be, you know, getting up and taking a stretch. Ads will be playing, and so on. I highly encourage everybody to take a stretch along with me, or do something else productive during that time. Pass the time whatever way you like. Anything rather than sitting through ads, right? But regardless of how you choose to spend your time, of course, once those 3 minutes have passed and the timer reads 0 minutes and 0 seconds, they should be done, and I should be back at my desk, and we can pick right back up where we left off. Let's see if we can't get this closed out in 2 minutes. And I'll have to change the split listing here. Good. Sir Jason says, the other day, good sir, your talking flower said seems quiet today, and you were like, it was. Ah, yes, the new spell, or one of the new spells, Singularity. If we were doing like a lightning damage or like a gravity sorcery run, I would definitely show this off. But it's a cool spell. Kind of has a unique niche in Reforged, but alas, it deals damage types we're not allowed to possess for our run, quote unquote. Okay, I do have to edit the name because this is not an Onyx Lord. This is an Alabaster Lord, so 1 second. Has that talking flower become a windowsill plant yet, Mr. Jason? I know it's plastic, but has it become a proper window plant? Have you stripped the batteries from it? I presume. So sorry about that. Wow, nature did not want to let me off that throne for a long time. A long time. Okay, let's catch up on our wonderful chat, and then we will move right along. Don't see anyone on the red or green app, so welcome back, Mr. Shiny. Good to see you again. In an effort to like carry some form of conversation, how have you been these past couple of weeks, at least 2 weeks? I trust your work life and home life have been good. And thank you for the redemption. Thank you, Mr. Jason, for welcoming me back. Mr. Jason says, sometimes nature keeping you on the throne is a royal pain. Too true. Too true. Yeah, a royal pain, as they say. Let's move forward, shall we? Mr. Shinies is doing fine. Work is going smoothly, and your sleep schedule is fixed. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm still in the midst of fixing mine. I woke up at like 4 this morning, and I've basically been up the whole time. I am feeling tired already, but I'm not used to streaming for long. I'm not used to streaming. I've gone a whole 2 weeks without doing that, and it's crazy what 2 weeks of not doing something will do to your muscle memory of having continued to have done it for a long period. I'm probably gonna have to work up my muscle memory again on streaming, but I feel confident I can do this. Still, I am glad that your work is going smoothly and your sleep schedule is fixed. Play any dart tourneys lately, or have you been bogged down with work and personal life otherwise? Ah, yes, more of our wonderful friends. Wonderful friends, the undead. I'm sorry. Okay, let's calm it down, gentlemen. And then we have you here. Trying to think if there's anything else. I already talked about learning or trying to like do my due diligence for the petitioning the federal government. I've been looking into that process quite a bit. Yeah, I spend more of my time with the uvulitis just resting or kind of like doing day-to-day stuff when I wasn't also busy doing things like the voice, like setting up voice meter, or not voice meter, I'm sorry, voice mod, or making emotes, or doing this, that, or the other. I've been staying busy, I think, during my 2 weeks. I just wish I could have spent more of it streaming. I, at the very least, knew I couldn't spend like that first week, but I feel like I could have put mouth to mic and streamed that second week. Oh well, everything happens for a reason. At least I think so. God puts you exactly where you're supposed to be. And me resting and not streaming for 2 weeks is probably where I was supposed to be. If people are wondering what I'm doing, I am checking the temperature on my vanilla Rubus tea. Has a bit of an after flavor. It is not quite ready yet. Mr. Jason says, oh, Mr. Coin, in the near future, Mr. Jason is going to be going away for a weekend with family. Nice. Nice. Mr. Jason is looking forward to that because there is a hot tub where you're going. Oh, that's awesome. Hot tubs are one of my favorite things to do. Just all that nice warm water. Mr. Jason can relax with the hot tub, no doubt. But Mr. Jason, check the map and where you're going. There isn't a single hotel chocolate store at all. That's all right. I mean, hey, there's probably got to be like gift shops or, you know, something else along those lines that'll have a trinket or a souvenir worth your while. And if nothing else, you know, you could always you always have the hot tub. You are going to take your Nintendo Switch too, of course. All right, I think this is Battle Mage Hughes. No. Yes. No, Hughes is like in an Ever jail, but not in the hot tub. No, of course not. Why would you? That's silly. Why would you damage your electronics? Really, really silly. And not anywhere near the tub either. No, no parking the Switch 2 somewhere with a TV nearby, and then taking your Joy-Cons into the hot tub. That's a bad time waiting to happen. Wow. He just kind of stood there walking. Yeah, Rain of Fire in this game is in the mod is great. Rain of Fire and Vanilla is probably dog water, actual real dog water. You've just remembered something very important, says Mr. Jason. What's up? What subject of import have you remembered? Okay, any rune pieces here? I feel like there would be at least one. Yeah, I thought there might be. Oh, really? All right. That's fine. Take your time with that, Mr. Jason. I'll just be busy raining terror upon my enemies.
Sure, Jan.
Yeah, healing, like self-healing through Blessing's Boon has gotten quite a bit worse because of this nerf to buff duration and faith. I feel like a lot of the changes that are coming out are due to like PvP concerns, and then Kernifer taking like closer looks at things and like, yeah, this probably a little bit overtuned from my perspective. Are we ready for Dragon Barrow? I hope we're all ready for Dragon Barrow because we have just taken a Spirit Spring right to it. Ooh, do we want to deal with Grail right here? I think we might be able to handle Grail and her children. Yeah, let's actually try to knock this out. Okay, 1 second while I find the appropriate split and move it down. Well, then I know they're there. Yeah, this is it right here. Mr. Jason says, in Bumblebubs' Discord server, you were temporarily holding the role of chief minister, which did make sense for you for some time, but you've decided to future-proof and have changed your title, because once we establish the government, the HM government in the kingdom, and get a prime minister, you'll not be able to act as chief minister, as that is basically the prime minister. Right. This is the role that you've chosen. Ah, the Lord Chancellor. The Lord Chancellor is one of the most ancient offices of state, dating back many centuries. The Lord Chancellor is appointed the monarch on the advice of Prime Minister and is a senior member of the cabinet. They had the Ministry of Justice as the Secretary of State for Justice. Previously, the Lord Chancellor also acted as Speaker of the House of Lords and therefore sat on the woolsack. There's no turning back. Like your government seats the woolsack. Anyway, the Lord Chancellor was also head of the Judiciary and senior judge of the House of Lords in his judicial capacity. However, under the Constitutional Reform Act 2005, the Lord Chancellor ceased to be the Speaker of the Lords and was replaced by the Lord Speaker. In addition, the Lord Chief Justice is now head of the Judiciary, and the Lord Chancellor may no longer sit as a judge. Ah, okay. Interesting. Mr. Jason says you're officially HM Lord Chancellor. HM, of course, being her or his majesty's. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Well, I'm glad you got your titling figured out at the very least. You were quite vexed on that for a while. Mr. Jason says, although you're taking more liberties with your version, well, it doesn't have to mirror the real life thing one-to-one. So yeah, that seems fine. The important part is just people know what your job description is when they say that title, rather than saying, oh, he does this, this, and this. Yeah, he's the Lord Chancellor. And everyone knows what the Lord Chancellor does, more or less. I feel like I'm okay with the spells we have. Just probably shift the time a little bit. Yeah, let's make it daytime. Maybe it'll stop raining. That's better. Mr. Jason says, and Bumblebubs' Discord is 1/100% of the TCC now, good sir. Even in the TCC, your titles are not part and parcel of your actual names. Right. Right, that makes sense. This is a tea you gotta sip. You can't be a Reuben chug it like what I'm doing. Mr. Jason says, but in Bumblebubs' Discord, your name is Lord Chancellor Jason. Makes sense. Also, I apologize for the ambient noise. Let's see if I can't do something about that. At least while it's raining, I would like that to be a little bit lower. Oh, you'll be honest, good sir, says Mr. Jason. Go right ahead. Mr. Jason says you kind of like titles and names. You might consider it for the TCC. Very well. The Mother of Dragons feels no weapons on her hide. The cries of murdered offspring drive nails into her heart. Yeah, so it used to be in vanilla. You could actually just sit there and cheese grail with Rivers of Blood or Poison Mist, you cannot do this. Like, you just straight up cannot do this. You have to kill her children. Mr. Jason says, so with you, Mr. Coin, would be USA President Coin. Uh-huh. We're gonna do this. Minor Flying Dragon. I do need to concentrate while this is going on, so 1 second. Oh, this probably, yeah, that's right. I don't have the command key to that. Yeah, that's right. You guys thought we were done fighting, dragons? We were in fact very much not done, fighting dragons. Kind of have to be careful. I think we only have to deal with 2 of them at a time while we're here. And also, yes, they heavily resist fire, which is not great. Case in point. Oh, is that 3 dragons? Yeah, that's 3 dragons. That is... This would be a death to her offspring, so yeah, this would be a boss hit. Yay! Not yay. Alright, what can I do differently here? Maybe... maybe I need to be on horseback? Except Grail will actually knock you off of Torrent if you're too close to her. All right, let's figure out where 1 or 2 of these are. And that appears to be the only one here. That is apparently... Yeah, that was apparently too far away. And I know there's some that will be running around this way, and I need to keep an eye on them. Yep, there are 2 right over there. Yep. I got cornered, and I should not have done that. That was bad. Mr. Jason says, you're still kind of surprised that the insert place you're going to doesn't have any Hotel Chocolat stores, though. Well, that may present an opportunity for you to perhaps find new stores, or interact with new chains that you haven't before. That's how I would try to view it, but I suppose nothing replaces Hotel Chocolat in that regard. Mr. Jason says, oh, Mr. Coin, you found something out that makes you even more slightly disappointed with Pokemon Pokopia being a game key card. It was discovered that the game is only 10 gigabytes. Oof. Okay, let's get close. I'm gonna need all the power I can get, I think. Mr. Jason says 10 gigabytes could have fit on a normal cartridge. Yeah, but they're going to claim the minerals as the reason. They're going to claim like minerals as the reason why why they need to like save money by not making cartridges. I may want to consider moving real soon, because they've got a super long range dragon breath. Yeah, I'm gonna like ride around. I need to kite them. And I gotta be careful, because if I get too close to Grail herself, yeah, see, her head's getting ready to move to do something. Case in point. Yeah, she can just straight up murk your horse. That is something she can just do. No questions asked. I gotta think of how I'm gonna deal with this. Oh, she also debuffs your attack power too, in case that wasn't completely apparent. This is not salvageable. Also, I'd better pick up my runes before bad things happen to them. Mr. Jason says, next year is going to be interesting for films, good sir. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 on Friday the 19th of March, and then the Legend of Zelda film on Friday the 26th of March. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on the Legend of Zelda film. I hear that there's going to be there's still a possibility for large scandals involving the film. Mostly in terms of like casting choices. Stop killing my bloody horse. Wow. I actually think I don't have enough DPS for this. I need a way to cut through their defense more. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe the correct answer is dealing with them up close rather than trying to be far away. I don't know. We're gonna experiment and try a few things. The stinky part is just Grail doing the thing of constantly killing my horse. That is like that's the not fun part. Welcome on in, Root Vegetable. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well in both body and mind, and I do hope you enjoy your stay. Root Vegetable asks, I'm gonna try to like talk and do this at the same time. Have you ever thought about doing a load hat run in Elden Ring? I do not know what a load hat run is. That doesn't even sound familiar in any capacity. Oh, you'd love to see it. It's when you drop a fat load into your hat, and then you put the hat on and play Elden Ring. I don't think I'll be doing any of that. That sounds pretty gross if you ask me. But that's just me. Gotta figure out. Yeah, aggroing multiple dragons is not really something I want to be doing here. This is definitely the like cast rain a bunch of times and try not to die challenge. How avid of a consumer of Elden Ring are you, Root Vegetable? If and you don't mind my asking, is Elden Ring or any subsequent mods, is that stuff you're familiar with, or you're not really much of an Elden Ring person? I always try to ask my audience, you know, how familiar with the content on the screen are they? It guides discussions and some other things. Mr. Shiny says there are some freaks out there who would aggro multiple dragons at the same time. Just a different kind of aggro. Yeah. The issue is they're resistant to what I'm doing. But like by and large. More than anything else. Right now I kind of just need to like keep moving. Okay, I might be able to service this. No, except that these are too far away. I might be able to use Frenzied Burst here, though. Let's see. I can. But it just deals such minimal damage. And it's not funny. I also have to mind that they can't get up here some other way. Yeah, I can hear a dragon. I think they're climbing up here. Root Vegetable says you've only done load hat and it always leaks out. I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I died. I don't think I have enough DPS for this. I actually think the correct answer is to actually go to Redmane Castle right now. I actually think that is the correct answer. Because if I pull up the menu here, yeah, look, the enemy level is 135. I am like 30 levels under that, and my DPS is nowhere near where it has to be to keep up with that. That's just not gonna work. Are we sure we're not talking about our lovely four-letter G word called gooning? Or goon? Are we sure that's not what load hat actually secretly means? And we're just kind of pea-footing around it? Well, let's get our runes and get out of here. Maybe that sort of thing is like what the guys on OF are doing these days, or Fansly, or what have you, something along those lines. Couldn't be me. That's not really a place I would expect to go. Well, we have this spot in the future if we want to head over to it. What else can I do here? There's like a spot over here. There's like Central Aeonia. Let's check out Central Aeonia. I believe there's like an NPC invasion we can do before heading over to Redmane Castle. Okay, so what I have learned is this needs to be. Let's see, I think that's probably. Somewhere around here, I think, is where this was. Yeah, there's a reason I had it there in previous attempts, or in like the previous versions of the run, and it's because we need something like 270 plus spell scaling to make this work, which means I definitely need to be putting more points in Arcane rather than whatever the heck I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, so I guess let's start by heading to Central Aeonia and immediately getting thrashed. Immediately thrashed by a Clean Rot Knight. Or maybe I'm thrashing them. Never mind. I'm pretty sure I may have missed out on some messages, so let's catch back up. Okay, yeah, I did miss one. If the Legend of Zelda film in 98 minutes, like the Super Mario Galaxy movie, it would be hilarious if it was 88 minutes of Link doing side quests and looking for Korok seeds and 10 minutes of story. I think people would nope out of the theater so fast if that's what it was. Let's see. There were other exchanges on YouTube. Yeah, they're welcome to join the Discord. Root Vegetable is more than welcome to do that and suggest that. I'm not sure I would take up such a suggestion, but they're at least welcome to come and put it in the feedback box. Let's see. Mr. Jason says, oh, Mr. Coin, you've sent me an important DM. Okay, I'll take a look at that. And to answer the question very vaguely, Mr. Jason, probably, but not right now. Probably at some later point, either today or, tomorrow. Now, if this term keeps getting floated around, and or people express discomfort, then I will take action immediately. But only if this second, more immediate criterion is met, will I do something right away. Make sure there's not. Yeah, definitely my first time too, for what that's worth. I guess let's get the preserving boluses out. Oh no, actually, no. I shouldn't need those until later. Let's get the raisins out. So I think out toward the center is where we should expect to start needing this. I'm trying to also keep an eye out for clean rot nights. Sir Jason says, oh, you've checked the thing and that person is already gone. Good sir. Let's see. Because I believe I can take a look at this. Ah, yes. Trouble. Always trouble. Then I believe I will issue an appropriate I will take the appropriate action during the commercial break, good sir. Oh, I think I just kind of... Yeah, I absolutely just sat in... I just rolled in dirt water. Where's the soap? Here it is. You hear that off in the distance, my senators and inductees? That is an ad storm. In about 5 minutes, it'll blow over us, and then we can get right back to the gaming. Thanks. Got him. That could have gone a lot better. Mr. Jason says, speaking of the red... not again. Stop leaping up here. The Clean Rot Knights are fairly aggressive monsters. But you can use the terrain to your advantage. Mr. Jason says, speaking of Red App, good sir, for what it is worth, Mr. Alundra is a really good moderator. Mr. Alundra beat you to sharing the Discord link. Too true. Too true. I appreciate both Mr. Jason and Mr. Alundra for their due diligence. I probably would have shared the Discord link if I had not been busy in an encounter. Mr. Shiny says you need to go. See it, and you apologize for not chatting. No worries, Mr. Shiny. I'm off my game too, in all honesty. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Was good to see you, my lovely senator and inductee. Please do rest well, stay safe, and take care of yourself out there. And I hope to see you sooner rather than later. But if not, then I'll see you next time. Sorry, I'm definitely feeling some fatigue from doing something I have not been used to doing for 2 weeks. I'm probably gonna say this a few times until my body gets used to it again. Streaming is kind of like riding a bike, kind of. It's the digital equivalent of one, where if you like don't do it for a certain period, it does kind of become a little bit hard to it becomes a little bit hard to actually start up again. You lose some of the streaming muscle. It's one of the reasons, or it can be one of the reasons why streamers often will not take, they often don't like to take breaks unless they are very practiced at what they're doing with streaming. I believe this is the spot where we're getting invaded. I'm sorry, this is the spot where Clean Rot Night is. Bye. So why am I like prowling the Aeonian wastes here? I'm looking for an NPC invasion. For whatever reason, Millicent actually invades you out here. And I'm wanting to take care of that sooner rather than later, but I'm forgetting what the actual like precursor condition for her coming out is. And I'm kind of having to just prowl around until I find it. No, okay, now I'm getting a little bit further away from the target. I might need to look up where the invasion is supposed to happen. Millicent's quite dangerous, and I would prefer to get this out of the way sooner rather than later. Let me do a quick look up on this. You know, knock on wood that there's not an invasion that happens here. And I'll probably try to find it while we're on commercial break, as a matter of fact. It should be happening in the next 60 seconds. There'll be a timer to the left of my webcam when that happens. Please do feel free to get up and take a stretch for yourselves. Otherwise, Sorry about that, everybody. I am back. I have looked into our escapades with Millicent, and it has to be daytime. That was a mistake. It has to be daytime. She does not invade at night. I wish I had known that, or I had remembered that properly, but not much to do, I guess. We gotta start pumping numbers with Arcane, or we're never gonna deal a sufficient DPS again. I hope it doesn't have to be strictly daytime. No, that is going to be a reset for me. That is a run back to the campsite, Chief. Let's try not to bump into Clean Rot Knights just willy-nilly. That's kind of stinky. Of course. Bye. Mr. G says you'll be slightly delayed after the break, good sir. No worries. Take your time. Yeah, I'm not liking the load hat term. Speaking of, come back after tomorrow. Because it's kind of gross. Who? Oh, just nasty. Huh, where exactly is this supposed to be? I know Millicent does not invade in this general direction. It's supposed to be closer to the middle of nowhere. I think I have found the spot. I think it's this right around here or here. Okay, yeah, so there's I've been told there's a ghost you can look for and he'll generally point you in the right direction. Let me see it, if only one last time. Your splendid blade dancing amongst the scarlet rot. This has got to be like it, like right here. Where is this? It doesn't require Niall or O'Neill being alive, does it? Goodbye. This place can be a decent way to farm runes. There are better ways of farming runes, but if you're well equipped to deal with clean rot knights, like they don't give you trouble or anything, then 3,000 runes a pop is not bad. Especially if you take laps to kill like a couple more. It can very much be worth your while. It can very much be worth your while to like oh, is this it here? It might be. Not 100% sure. Okay, let's at least get the kill there. And then if there's like another scarab, we can maybe attempt. It might have to be strictly daytime now that I'm thinking on it. It feels like it's been nerfed more than 10% personally, or maybe 10% means a lot more than I thought it did in personal experience. Am I like missing something? I think it has to be closer to the heart of Aeonia. Oh, no, there's a clean rot knight. Nice. Oh, I did not know they could do that. I forgot they could spit out scarlet rot. And you can also farm like the clean rot set off of these guys. If you're equipped to deal with the stuff that these guys are going to throw at you, as well as like the constant scarlet rot, then this is a fine area to farm in, I think. Okay, we're still in like daytime or morning. I definitely feel like I am missing like a basic premise here. The memento per favore. I'm gonna look this up again. I may need to actually see a video on this. Yeah, this might be I'll look it up. 1 second. While I do that. Okay. So from what I have looked up, she's supposed to be here-ish during like the day. And I'll know if she's here because she will make me get off her horse or off my horse. Like, she'll do that. Oh, I'm out of Roa fruit? No way. That's kind of... Do I have any in storage? Yes, I do have some in storage. Okay. Okay, I guess let's go reset and just see if all I had to do was already be in daytime. Otherwise, I'm not sure what to do about that. Okay. Huh. I think I missed out on the conditions for this particular invader. I think I needed to do that before killing O'Neill. Ow. Not really, unless the Millicent invasion has changed from Reforged, which that's certainly possible. You are the correct one, right? Yes. Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Jason. Have you returned with tea, perchance? Ah. Oh, I'm really feeling that tiredness. That is really starting to kick in now. Okay, I am going to take a quick step away from the keyboard and go put some water on my face. I'm feeling like I'm falling asleep here, and I cannot be doing that. Mr. Jason says, not yet. It is too soon. To a glass of lemonade that you had with your wonderful homemade burger. Lemonade sounds nice. Lemonade sounds awesome. Now, like a good strawberry or a pink lemonade. Yeah, that sounds delicious. That said, I'm going to take a quick break and run the... and probably run an ad here, and I will be back before too long. See you guys after I get back from rinsing my face. Okay, I should be all right now. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it until the full stream time today, and for that I am truly sorry. But I'm gonna go as far as I reasonably can. I refuse to count the botched 20 minutes with the echoey mic. So I would say we've almost streamed 3 hours today. Let me just update a name on the splits counter and we can keep moving. Okay. LFG, baby. Mr. Jason says, you're glad that you intended to return today and not yesterday, good sir. With this website permanently stuck between just barely functioning and outright broken, There were massive issues in all channels for a few people yesterday where you were sending messages, but others that were also sending messages. And you did not see their messages until you refreshed their page. It seems like it's fixed now. That's good. I am glad that Twitch, got its act together and fixed things. However, I would expect that to become the norm a lot more often. Twitch lost some of the server capacity it had as a result of a number of different scandals that it got embroiled in. It was only a matter of time before Amazon started, saying, hey, you need to fix this, or we're gonna not give you as much money for server maintenance. That time is here, unfortunately. And I cannot say that it is a particularly good time, all things considered. It's why it's so important to, as a content creator, you've got to diversify your content, number one, to platforms that it makes sense to diversify it on. And number two, perhaps more importantly, if you hadn't thought about making content in other, or growing in a non-content manner, you should probably do that. Social media, despite it being kind of a toxic hellscape, is just super important for the purposes of growth. Because you never know when a platform ceases to be functional in one or more different capacities. You don't know when you're going to get a CEO that tries to do PR and the PR is bad, like with the whole Emaru Mizkif or Emaru TwitchCon situation. That's a huge one. Hassan Piker being allowed to say the things he is saying, to say some of the things he said and then get off with a slap on the wrist is really bad. Additionally, one other thing I'll say, and this kind of requires you to be in the nether regions of the internet in a way. Twitch recently, within the past 3 months, has had a scandal where there was a suspected child groomer. I'm being really gentle with that wording on purpose. A suspected alleged child groomer was allowed to display their kink fetish on the front page of Twitch. And what was this kink fetish, you might ask? Oh, no worries. Nothing too major, I suppose. Just cub furry in diaper. A depiction of a furry anthropomorphic animal character as a child with a diaper on, where the person behind the furry avatar repeatedly proceeded to talk about sex stuff, and I'm being real generic about that on purpose. Proceeded to talk about really, really, really bad stuff to the point where they managed to get to be on that front page. You have to apply for that, by the way. The front page of Twitch where the streams autoplay, yeah, you gotta apply for that on Twitch's own Discord server. Something I have thought about doing multiple times. And that the application process to be on the front page of Twitch is under manual review. This means that some crusty old fart in Twitch's moderation team or somewhere else approve a suspected child groomer to be on the front page of Twitch doing disgusting stuff. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say to that other than, you know, if Tom Clancy is silent when stuff like this is happening, no wonder people are leaving Twitch in droves to go on. I guess these days it would be Kick, Rumble, and Odyssey, because YouTube is also kind of going down the crapper in its own capacity. Premium, YouTube Premium got bumped up $2 this month. Or no, it's supposed to take effect in July or June. And it's supposed to be it's supposed to move to $15, almost $16. It's crazy. The internet, we're in the danger days of the internet, everybody. Mr. Jason says, you agree, good sir? That, I believe that was in response to, you know, Twitch having a broken site and, you know, Amazon not wanting its name unnecessarily dragged through the mud by the incompetencies of the Clancy, of this version of Twitch under Clancy's management. That, I believe that's what that was in response to. Mr. Jason goes on to say, Mr. Quain can be found on the purple app, the red app, and the green app, and occasionally Mr. Quain will add more content to the Only Fairies catalog. I do need to cut out some more fairy I do need to cut out some more of the great fairy noises from the Wild Era games and put them in the appropriate folder for the channel point redemption. I have a few randomizers. Oh yeah, speaking of, I'll first show off the sexy sounds. We can find great fairies in here, succubi, incubi, an occasional computer a sweatshop computer company from the UK, and you know, edgy gods that preside over blood. But the other thing I've added is what I call the scream board, and I'll just demonstrate it for it'll speak for itself. I've got like a few screams in there. If people just need to go ah, or however that meme is supposed to go, then the scream board is for you. This was something else that I had worked on while I was out with uveitis. Because although my throat may not be working at 100%, I can tell you what is working at 100%, and that's my freaking ears. So I found some things to cut up using Audacity, and you know, when I could find it, utterly and completely pristine samples. Oh, Erdtree, grant me sucker, or suck. Yeah, I think that's another one that's in there, and the sexy noises. Otherwise, I have to get off this horse, or there's going to be problems. Hold on, I think it's in my regular soundboard somewhere. Oh no, well it's in, oh here it is. Oh. No, that's not it.
Erdtree, grant me suck.
Perfect. It's perfect. That is my best audio editing work. Just like in general. There are a few things. There are a few things that I take more or take more pleasure or distinct pride in. Mr. Jason says, in 10 days, good sir, Mr. Jason will either have 260 or 270 pounds. Nice. I'm probably gonna have to revive our equine friend in a few moments. There we go. Oh, hi. Yes, I'm glad you're here. You know what else you can do though? Disciple, you can get out of here. And there are, as it stands, 0 plans. Well, that money can probably be bankrolled elsewhere, yeah? Yeah, poison. I was afraid of that. Yuck. I definitely have to get better at this particular sort of split. And I'm not sure what that entails exactly. Okay, we need to find... There are a couple of like sigils that we need to find. Nice. Love that for me. Mr. Jason says, oh, absolutely. Good sir, you have a bit of an impulse spending issue. Just over this weekend, you've spent 178 pounds and 83 pence. I take it there are probably things you're trying to save up for, yeah? That doesn't mean that you won't have the issue with impulse spending, but I can imagine there are probably some things you want to save up for. One method I could suggest, if you want to maybe attempt to curb the impulse spending, is something called the envelope method. What that essentially is it is where you will take money, you'll set it aside, you'll put it in an envelope. You'll want to label the envelope, so you know what it is when you go to find it. But once you've put the necessary money in there, you will take that envelope and you will hide it from yourself. I mean, I could think of some crates that would probably be a decent place to put that envelope in, or just some area you don't use very often. That's sort of the point with the envelopes. And then you can refer back to the envelope if you need it for something specific. Mr. Jason says Mr. Jason does that as well. I did not know you were the purveyor of the envelope method then. That's cool. You have 290 pounds stored away? I would add the money to that. Like mark one for like rainy day funds or something. Or for whatever item you would you're wanting to purchase long term. And then just don't touch it, which is the hard part. Nothing is a substitute for the hard part, but I learned that from a financing activity that I did while in youth group in church. They had a couple of speakers come in. I had curry chicken that day, as a matter of fact. That's how I remember it. But we had curried chicken and proceeded to talk about the responsibility of saving for your children and your family, and engaging a good financial sense, and making a point to say there's nothing unchristlike or not like Christ about saving money. It's just that money won't get you into heaven. That's always what the conversation was about. Something. It's easier for a camel to enter the eye of the needle than it is for a rich person to get into heaven. Something like that. I think that's what the scripture says. Mr. Jason says, if you add 106 pounds more, good sir, that's a Nintendo Switch too. Ah, I see. I imagine the big ticket item is probably more than a Switch, yeah? You don't need to tell me what it is. That's not my business. Just, I take it whatever you're saving long term for is more expensive than that. My goodness. I need to probably use this telescope here. All right, so we had two of the sigils over there. There's like a third one. Ah, right there. Mr. Jason says you're saving actually. Ah, okay. So it's a rainy day emergency fund. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Mr. Jason says, "Oh, Mr. Coin, did you tell me that you've pre-ordered a teapot?" No. But I know that you're ordering one now, or have already pre-ordered it. Anything fancy about the teapot? Is it like an assassin's teapot or something? Just curious. Let's revive Torrent. I gotta stop wasting flasks on this. Ah, I see. Oh, you guys are getting the flame of madness. That's much better. Mr. Jason says, there is a link. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Yoshi's egg teapot and cup set. Oh, that's awesome. 450 milliliters. Yeah, that's a decent volume for tea. Okay, that's cool. Oh, I do hope that you enjoy the teapot when you get it. How mad would you guys be if I concluded stream after the in the next 18 minutes? How upset with me would you be? Because I am struggling to hang in there. I am feeling quite tired. I didn't realize that maybe my ability to push through would be a lot more stymied than I had thought. Mr. Jason says, Jason is British and has never had a teapot. Ah, so you mean to correct that then? Very well. Mr. Jason says, Mr. Jason wouldn't mind at all, good sir. More sleep today means an even better stream tomorrow. But that is what Mr. Jason feels. It's mostly just getting used to being up at this hour and not like asleep during that. More than anything. It's not that I'm necessarily having bad sleep. Okay, this is done. And that's gonna be here. I do not think there's anything else. Yeah, I think we're good to start actually take on like the side crypt before Redmane Castle. Mr. Jason says, but yeah, I want you to get off soon, good sir. Dr. Mr. Jason advises it. Very well. In that case, we will go for 16 minutes. And then, all right, that is the town of Celia. And then I will, cut it from there. So that means what I probably want to do here is disable the timer, make sure none of the adverts are running either. Okay, when you finish you'll go make a cup of tea. Basic black Tetley tea, good sir? Or different tea? Just curious.
Trade again.
Right, Rotbo's stuff I don't need. Jesus. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Yes, good sir, but with milk. I cannot forget that. With milk. That is important. Alright, it's 16 minutes. I can do this. Tea with milk doesn't sound half bad. I would be open to trying it. I've got some English tea. I got a whole bag. I can actually show this off real quick. Let me do the smart thing and pause the game. I got a bag. Okay, that would be... All right, let's try that again. Can you hear me in here? Good, good. Glad to hear it. Now I don't know what sort of brand Walter's Bay is, but these are like single solitary packets of tea. I got a whole plastic little plastic baggie with various teas in this. My stepmother's friend was never going to go through all this tea. She's not really a tea drinker anymore, so I got the bag of tea, and I'm looking forward to drinking that. I'm drinking vanilla rooibos tea. Mr. Jason says, "Is that a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate poster?" Yes, it is, and a Metroid Prime poster. Yeah, I've got some gaming posters. I've got exactly 2 of them. The rest all belong to my sibling. They're more of the hang things on walls and have furniture for display. I've got a little gaming case station back there, but the camera is just never in a position to show it off. Let me go back and read some of your other messages and double check the track. Am I echoing again? Mr. Jason says you have posters too. It is echoing again. 1 second. All right. It should not be echoing now. Hopefully. Good. Okay. So, yeah, my mic is coming through voice mod. You were right in a way when we were talking about this in the beginning. Yeah, my mic is being passed through twice, which is why there is a which is why there is a why there was an echo. I'll have to figure that out in OBS, and I'll have to play around with it. Yay! After my nap for the day. Mr. Jason says that chat delay. Oh, is there like supreme delay on the chat? There shouldn't be. I haven't touched any of those settings in OBS or on Twitch. I'm running in low latency mode, or should be. I'll have to check and see if Twitch changed what latency settings are offered. Because I know that Twitch has been cutting back on some services as of late, and I wouldn't be surprised if the low latency mode is gone. Yeah, I can see your text, Mr. Jason. Can you hear me? Nine to 10 seconds of delay. Let me check. Let me check Twitch then. That might be. That's not great if there's a 10-second delay on this. And it's not like the bit rate is that bad. It's supposed to be 60 frames per second. Yeah, let me do some stuff. I'm gonna read the rest of your messages and then like take a look at it. Mr. Jason says, if you need to, though, you would get off as soon as you're able to save. You do not really save in Elden Ring. It's continuously saving all the time. Not sure I can do the 15 minutes though. I am going to at least get to the catacomb that I'm wanting to get to. Let's see if we can't rush through here. I sort of doubt that I can, but I'm gonna make the attempt anyway. Kind of go from there. You're very close to the Erd tree now. I see. I'm more. The Erd tree is like in the opposite direction. Nana. You can't be getting to me. This is where we'll pick up from next time. Okay, so I have learned something else, and that is to check the latency on Twitch's end, and make sure that hasn't changed. I'll have to fiddle around with a bunch of settings. Going back to the messages. Okay, I think I've gotten them all. If we were to ever get into, Mr. Jason says also Mr. Coin, the chat delay was on your end. You had deactivated low latency yesterday as you thought that was causing the issue. The messages are instant now. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I probably need to look at whatever bosses in the catacombs and add this to the split. I got some things I need to do tonight after, you know, I have my power nap of sorts. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to discuss or should discuss before we leave. I do intend on starting back at the same time tomorrow. I'll have some postings on YouTube for like the next couple of weeks as I continue to get back into this. Mr. Jason says, see you tomorrow, good sir. Thank you for the stream, and you're glad that I'm back. Yep, I appreciate that, Mr. Jason. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Mr. Shiny for being here, and so on. I really appreciate it. It's going to be a little bit of a rocky patch at first, but I promise we will be back at full capacity sooner rather than later. Well, guys, my name is Coin, and this has kind of been an abbreviated version of Elden Ring Reforged routing, Deathless, all content, fire spells only. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please do stay safe. Take care of yourselves out there, and you're more than welcome in my hallowed halls anytime, which you may find either underneath the video player on Twitch where the socials are. There's my link tree. Feel free to click on that. All that fun stuff. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. And for you guys on Kick, I will type this out here. Please feel free to check out my Discord and my link tree. I would love to have you guys there. Or feel free to check out any of the other platforms that are attached to that link tree. Not much more to say than that. You guys have been a wonderful audience today. Like I said, please do stay safe. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And with that, goodbye.